a couple approaches to integration that we see out in the marketplace, and this is something the consumer needs to be acutely aware of. The first one is that custom-coded point A to point B type solution. What that represents is a static point in time, and typically the approach has been technical. It's a technical exercise to link application A to application B. With iPaaS solutions, integration platform as a service, you are now using connectors. You normalize data and you then interact with a snippet of code on the other side that interacts with the other application. What that gives you is flexibility. If you think of real estate, everybody talks about location, location, location. In integration, it's flexibility, flexibility. A statically integrated integration solution built, say, in PHP, which is the common coding methodology used by e-commerce vendors or agencies, that static coding doesn't give you the flexibility to either add channels easily or modify those integrations. And the value around an iPaaS solution is that you're not having to modify static code, you're actually using predefined connectors that allow you to normalize data and then apply the business rules as they change. Around about 2000, out of University of California at Berkeley, the SOAP definition, single object application programming, was developed as the first API type integration. That evolved into RESTFUL APIs, which are the most commonly used integration strategies. The RESTFUL API is now moving into a technology that Facebook developed called GraphQL. And GraphQL, as well as event-driven functionality using webhooks, allows us for real-time integration. So a webhook is a trigger that's based on an event, and the GraphQL interfacing allows us to integrate in a very lightweight, efficient manner, often using Python as the language, and that allows us to integrate efficiently. If I look at the EDI world, 90% of our business is replacement sites. And typically what people have done is they're migrating off of a standalone portal, which is the evolution of the early days of rip and read EDI. On the e-commerce and marketplace side, often what we find is people have started with a pre-canned plugin. Company with a plugin to an ERP where the edge cases now start to become too many. Plugin limits them in what they can do, so they come to us, we are able to open that up. One of the good examples I can give you is a company that wanted to clone, they had bought a new brand, they wanted to clone the functionality, and their existing infrastructure would have meant recoding everything as opposed to just simply cloning it. And so the ROI coming to us, yes, they had to redesign things, but it meant that their growth curve was now accelerated because of the fact that they weren't having to start from scratch.